Hello, friends from across the nation and around the world. I'm Martin, and you are listening to Dad's Bedtime Stories. Tonight's episode is about something that's been on my mind lately. As many of you know, I live in Ontario, Canada, and if you've been watching the news or possibly have been impacted by poor air quality due to a whole bunch of fire smoke coming from Canada, then you know that there's a whole bunch of forest fires in Canada right now. I have even had people from Australia, the US, and the UK reach out to make sure I'm okay and staying away from the fires. So I'd like to start by assuring everyone that I'm actually very far from them. Ontario is really, really big. It's about twice the size of Texas, and most of the fires are pretty far northwest of where I am. So you don't have to worry about me, but, I am worried about many people who are a lot closer to them and who have been impacted by those fires. And I don't know if I have any listeners up there, but if I do, I'm really thinking about you guys. I hope everything's okay. Tonight's episode is certainly sort of a fantasy-based episode, asking the question of, if we really did have a magical spaceship or other powers from the podcast, how would we possibly help in this situation? And, well, in reality, there are no magical solutions. In the podcast, there are, and hopefully it doesn't hurt anything to use our imaginations and, imagine ourselves helping out. So that's what we're going to do tonight, and we are going to open up the Storyverse and bring in different versions of you from a whole bunch of different universes. Spaceship, Dragon Knights, Kid Wizard. Haven't seen Kid Wizard in a while. Quantum, and who knows what else. Before we do that, there's just a few shout-outs I want to give. First of all, shout out to all of the firefighters and personnel who are actually working on fighting these fires. I'm sure many of you have, left your families to go off and battle these things, and that's really, really appreciated. I'm honestly not sure if I have any listeners who have firefighting family members, but we're thinking about you if we do. I also want to give a few shout-outs to some new Patreon people here. First of all, thank you to Theo from Grants Pass, Oregon, for signing up to Patreon. I really, really appreciate that. And next up, thank you to Caden and Skylar for supporting me on Patreon as well. All of your support keeps the podcast alive, and it's really, really appreciated. But now, it's time to get on to the story, after a possible word from a possible sponsor if you're not listening on Patreon, of course. Close your eyes, get as comfy as you can in that bed, and imagine yourself doing what the kid in the story does. Imagine yourself waking up on Spaceship. Alert, 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 alert. Huh? What is it, Spaceship? You say as you sit up in your bed and swing your legs over the side. I am receiving important news from Earth. It seems that Canada is experiencing a major wildfire season. As of today, 950 active wildfires are burning across the country. Many of them have spread across the vast boreal forest. Some provinces, such as Ontario, have been hit particularly hard, though there are fires in many provinces. That doesn't sound good. Anything we can do to help? I believe so. Setting a course now. Instant transportation systems activated. In the blink of an eye, Spaceship disappears from where it was in space and reappears high above the Earth, just over top of North America. You sit down in the pilot's seat and, carefully steer the ship through the atmosphere, below the clouds, until you see huge plumes of smoke and fire rising up from the ground. The fires look huge. How can we help with something like this? And how did this even start? You ask. Well, to answer your second question first, most of the fires have started by lightning, a natural occurrence, though some have been caused by people. In answer to your first question, on top of our advanced technology, we have the ability to mimic other firefighting equipment. I thought it could be a good idea to learn some of the options. The main display lights up with a number of different blueprints. Option 1. Heavy lift firefighting helicopter. These machines are very precise. You can scoop water from almost any nearby lake or river and drop it exactly where needed. The downside is you carry much less water than the airplane equivalents, so many trips are needed. The helicopter disappears from the display and is replaced by a sleek twin-engine airplane. Option 2. The Air Tractor Water Bomber. Fast, agile, and excellent for smaller fires or protecting individual buildings. It carries more water than the helicopter but less than larger bombers. The ship disappears and is replaced by a larger one. A huge red and white aircraft glides into view. Option 3. The Canadair CL-415, one of the world's most famous water bombers. Designed in Canada, it is capable of skimming across the surface of a lake, scooping up thousands of liters of water in only about 12 seconds, and being back over the fire moments later. It is larger than other aircraft and needs bigger lakes and more room to maneuver. But when it comes to fighting large forest fires, it is one of the best machines ever built. The plane disappears from the screen and is replaced by another enormous aircraft. Option 4. A large air tanker. Air tankers carry huge amounts of fire retardant. This slows the spread of flames instead of putting them out directly. Very effective for building protective lines of fire. However, you must return to an airport to reload. Water cannot be scooped from lakes. Well, those all look pretty cool, but it seems to me that the CL-415 is the right choice. I believe you are correct. Transformation initiated. What do you mean, transformation? You ask as the entire spaceship starts to glow around you. Slowly, it starts to change shape. Huge wings stretch out to the sides, wings with very large propellers. Before long, you find yourself sitting in, a high-tech equivalent of the CL-415. Almost a mix between your spaceship and this particular aircraft. Now, in order to help fight the fires, we will need to start by scooping up some water. I have located a nearby lake that should be large enough, Spaceship says, displaying a lake on the map ahead of you. You grab a hold of the controls and carefully steer the plane down and to the right until you see the lake directly in front of you. Now, The goal is to scoop the water up. No need to lose major momentum. I will open the water air takes when needed. You carefully fly down towards the lake. As soon as you pass the layer of trees, you drop lower and lower until the airplane begins to skim the surface of the water. Water intakes opening. 10%, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100%. Closing water intake. Pull ship up. You pull back on the steering wheel and the ship lifts up off of the water again. All right, now what? You ask. Now we put out some flames. I have put a suggested path on the map. The goal is to wet the area just in front of the active flames in order to slow the fire. Warning, there are other aircraft active in this area. Careful. I will take care of communication with the other aircraft and ensure we are coordinating appropriately. Simply follow my direction. You follow the arrow on the map to the exact area where Spaceship wants you to drop the water. Hit the button on my mark. 3, 2, 1, drop. You hit a button on the controls, and suddenly, thousands of liters of water drop from the belly of the plane, putting out some of the flames below and, well, instantly soaking the area ahead. Very good. Now we must repeat many, many times. You carefully circle the plane around, aim for the water again, and repeat the same process. Diving down to skim the surface of the water, filling the tanks, pulling up, and dropping the water ahead of the fire. At the same time, you see other planes and helicopters doing the same. Clearly, what you're doing is putting a big dent in the fire, getting it under control. However, the fire's just so incredibly big, almost unfathomably large. Spaceship, I don't feel like we're doing enough. This is working, but it's not working as fast as I'd like. That is an excellent observation. Perhaps we could use some additional help. Okay. What exactly do you have in mind? Well, I have been skimming the multiverse for different versions of you. While some of them are completely useless for fighting fires, others prove very useful. A surprising number of versions of you have access to dragons, for instance. Really? There's versions of me that have dragons? Yes, for example, on an Earth that I have labeled Dragon Knight Earth, there is a version of you who found a small elemental dragon hatchling. The dragon is capable of controlling all different elements, including water and fire. Okay, well that could be useful. How will we get them or me here, you ask? I will simply modify the ship's portal to interface with other universes. I have done it before. Alright, well, any other useful versions of me out there? Yes, several. In another universe, one I believe you have interacted with before, one I label the Cards of Power universe. You have access to a number of powerful cards, each one containing a creature or power. Many of these would be quite useful for fighting fires. Okay, well, that's a good option. What else you got? In another version, one I call Kid Wizard, you, the Kid Wizard, are capable of various different magical abilities. I believe you would be quite useful here. All right, perfect. Pencil that one in too. Anything else? Yes, there is one more version of you that I believe would be useful in this scenario. In the quantum universe, there is a version of you that came into contact with a quantum computer rather than a spaceship. This computer was capable of building all sorts of different contraptions from all sorts of different universes. You have developed a large number of high-tech gadgets and technology that I believe could be used here. All right, what are we waiting for, you ask? Very good question. I believe, however, we will need slightly more room. The ship pulls up into the air, high above the clouds, and, begins to transform again. The ship does something that a normal Canadian water bomber can't do. The wings tilt upward. The propellers expand into what can only be considered, small helicopter blades, and the ship starts to hover. Then, the entire thing starts to glow a bright blue color and, grow. Larger and larger until the back of the ship has a very, very large cargo area. A slot in the bottom of the ship slides open, and a huge circular portal pops up out of it. The portal lights up, first a blue color, the one you're used to, before transforming into more of a kind of purple. Then, one by one, different versions of you step out. The first one is wearing some kind of armor with multiple colored different veins coursing through it. The individual looks exactly like you, though possibly a little more battle-weary. And just behind this particular version of you steps a gigantic black dragon with veins of all different colors as well. Hi, you say. Hi, the other version of you replies. Oh, hi there, the dragon says. I was told we were coming to help with some sort of fire or something? I love doing that, the dragon, whose name is apparently Ellie, says. The force field flashes and another version of you steps out. A version wearing, clothes that look kind of old-timey, kind of like a tunic. And this version has a little black dragonling sitting on its shoulder. Hey, we're here to help fight the fire. We in the right place? The dragonling says. Yeah, just step over there, you suggest. The portal flashes again, and out of it steps, or flies, another version of you. Only this one is standing atop what looks to be a floating skateboard and carrying a large wizard's staff in their hand. Hi. If you're here to fight the fire, you're in the right place. Just move along over there, you say. The portal flashes again, and a gigantic mechanical creature steps through. You soon see that it's being piloted by, another version of you. One that looks a lot closer to the you that you are used to. The portal shuts off and sinks back down into the floor. Alright, everyone. Different versions of myself. Thank you for coming from your various universes and, putting your own battles on pause. I hear a lot of you have a lot going on. They all seem to nod in agreement with that. Anyways, in my particular universe, there's quite a few forest fires going on right now. I called you all here because we're, having trouble putting them out by ourselves, and sometimes you just need a little help, I think with all of the powers I'm told you have, we should be able to put a big dent in this thing without any trouble at all, as long as you guys are ready to do it. The version of you carrying the wizard staff puts up their hand. You, me, whoever you are. I'd just like to say that we're happy to be here, and, if I can ever help myself out, I like to do so. So, just point us in the direction of the fire, and let's get going. You walk up to the back of the ship and press a button near the back hatch. The hatch opens up, revealing a huge forest fire spreading down below. The fire's that way, you say, as all of the other versions of yourself peek over the edge and take a look. That is a big fire. Nah, nothing I can't handle, Magnus says, as the little dragonling flies down to the ground and starts to grow. Larger and larger and larger, until he himself is a gigantic black dragon with veins of what look like pure sunlight energy, or something like that. At the same time, his partner's chest begins to glow, and instantly, high-tech armor appears around his body. The two of them jump out of the back of the plane and head straight down towards the fire. As they fall, streaks of light shoot out in all different directions, and each one forms itself into a different creature. One becomes a large, blue dragonling almost as big as Magnus. Another becomes some sort of fire panda. Another transforms into a gigantic dingo, if you're not wrong. And another becomes a nine-tailed fox with all sorts of elemental powers. Next, the kid wizard flies out of the back with his skateboard. Instead of heading down towards the ground, he flies up through the clouds, and the clouds start to follow him, forming thicker and thicker layers before looking like they're about to rain. Next, the quantum version of you leaps out of the back of the plane in their high-tech mech suit, both arms loaded with what look like freeze cannons. You're pretty sure they're freeze cannons, but your suspicions are confirmed when they immediately begin to blast the area in front of the fire, causing lines of ice to appear on the ground. And last, the Dragon Knight version of you, still covered in some very magical-looking armor, climbs atop the dragon and shoots out of the back of the ship as well. You immediately run towards the control seat once again. Spaceship, why didn't we just use freeze cannons? Excellent question. Primarily, I was hoping you would learn the way water bombers work. Now that you have done so, I am happy to provide higher tech options. Freeze cannons, arming, now. Alright, perfect. And, honestly, maybe we're better if we lose the propellers for something higher tech too. And maybe faster? Understood. The propellers start to glow and are soon replaced by jet engines. The wings shift back towards their forward position, and you head down towards the fire once again. You watch as the other versions of you are quickly taking action. The sky above is getting darker and darker, and rain is starting to fall. Cards of power, you, along with a whole bunch of magical creatures, are making quick work of their section of the fire. Magnus, the large black dragon, seems to be somehow absorbing the fire from all around himself, straight into his body. He then unleashes a plume of fire shooting straight up into the atmosphere. At the same time, the large water dragon that the kid manifested is spraying the whole place with plumes of water and ice. The fire panda is making its way through the forest, absorbing the fire as it goes, and the nine-tailed fox is using various elements to put the thing out, splashing areas with ice and water, obviously, but also creating huge walls of earth to stop the fire from spreading. At the same time, the Dragon Knight's version of you is using similar tactics. You watch as it dips down over a lake, and the water follows it up into the air, crashing down with a huge splash before freezing in place. Then, it sends huge columns of earth up from the ground, stopping the fire from spreading any further in that direction. The quantum version of you blasts the fire with ice, and the wizard version of you descends from the sky as it begins to pour. And not just a little water either. A torrential downpour begins. Slowly, the fire has trouble continuing. The flames die down. Their path towards other unburned trees is cut off by columns of ice or earth. Not wanting to miss out on any of the action, you fly through the torrential downpour, aim your freeze cannons at a section of the forest that hasn't been touched yet, and blast away. Before long, you and, well, the other versions of you have created a perimeter around one of the largest forest fires in the area. Nowhere left for it to go, and the rain is slowly putting the thing out as well. You continue this pattern, moving from fire to fire, until the sun begins to set, and you and, well, the other versions of you start to look pretty tired. Alright, everyone, we've done what we can do for one night. Let's, take a break. Everyone meet up in the sky. The wings of your plane tilt upward once again, allowing it to hover in the sky. You open the back hatch, and one by one the different versions of you come in for a landing. First, the Cards of Power version of you, along with his dragon Magnus, land inside. The dragon immediately shrinks down to his dragonling size, and the other cards accompanying you disappear and shoot back into your card core. The Dragon Knight's version of you lands next, followed by the huge mech, and, well, last, the Wizard Kid. Thanks again, everyone. I'm sure that made a big difference. maybe you probably want to sleep in your own beds tonight, so, well, thanks. The portal rises up out of the floor, lights up with a bright red color, and one by one, the different versions of you, along with their dragons or mechanical technology, step through the portal and disappear. When they're all gone, you decide it's time to take a break as well. You head over to the couch, which is still off to the side in the large cargo bay area. You lay down on it, close your eyes, and with each breath, you let go of a little bit of tension from your muscles, letting your body sink down into the mattress. And the more you breathe, the deeper you sink. And the deeper you sink, the better you feel. Until slowly, your mind begins to drift off to thoughts of new dreams and new adventures to come. Good night, everyone.